This video is intended as a walkthrough of my syllabus, so let's go over to the syllabus button and push that. Now I've got 3 documents under this button. I've got the online schedule, I've got the online syllabus, and I have the institutional syllabus. You will need to read through all 3 of these. I have a quiz under week 1 that is intended to show me that you read it and you understand it. So here's the schedule. I'm not going to go over that, but I would suggest that you download that to your computer, print it off, whatever you need to do to refer to it frequently. And if you want, you can just scroll down and take a look. This has the due date, what the activity is. If we go up a little higher and a little bit further over, I should have made this bigger, we have the week. Now down here for the online syllabus, I'm going to make this bigger. Now you can just click on that little box at the corner. I'll do that again slower on the institutional syllabus. You can do that with the other one too. Here is all of my information. Here's my email, here's my phone number, here's my main office on the Nampa main campus. I also have, you'll notice here, Kenyon County. I teach a class over there. I also have office hours over there. I don't know where I'm going to be yet, but I'll let you know in the announcements. Now down here, just so you know, I will be referring to the syllabus on a regular basis because I follow the schedule too. I need to be reminded of what's coming up. So here's my welcome. Go ahead and read through that. That gives you a little bit of an introduction to me and all my weirdness, as does this. The course description. I'm required by CWI to put that in, and it lets you know what you're in for. Also, this important part here is you have to be registered for both a lecture and an in-person lab section. So even though the lecture is completely online, you have to physically show up for a lab. If you are not registered for a lab, do so now. You cannot pass this class without being registered for a lab. If you are not registered for a lab by the end of the first week, I will drop you. It just makes it so that you can get your money back. Okay, course schedule. This is, in general, basically, we start on the 21st, which is the day after Martin Luther King Day, and it ends on the 17th of March. You're expected to spend between 12 and 16 hours a week on this lecture and lab. Basically, you will need to be checking in and doing something on Blackboard every day. So just make sure that you schedule time to be able to do that. Weekly content opens on Thursday, bright and early in the morning, and closes on Friday at 11:59 p.m. So you will still see the weekly folders, but some of the assignments will disappear once the due date passes. Here are some important dates, things to keep in mind: last day to add, days where there's no classes, finals week, all of that fun stuff. Course objectives. This is what you're supposed to get out of the course. And I've set up my exams, my lectures, and everything to meet these course objectives. The assessments, actually the exams are more an assessment for me to be able to see how you're meeting these course objectives. Now, for each chapter, we also have topic objectives. That's what you're supposed to get out of each topic in the chapter. So each of the topics fulfills one of these 4 basic course objectives. Okay, required textbooks and supplies. I have this also posted on the first announcement. Make sure you read through that. Make sure that you have what you need to be able to take this class effectively online, as well as skills. If you feel like you would like some help with the skills, clicking back over here, if you go to Student Resources, they have all sorts of wonderful tutorials for you, study labs, all sorts of good stuff. So this is a good button for you to be familiar with. Now let's go back over to the syllabus. See, communication. Communication will be through the Ask a Question forum. I let you know where that was in the Tour of the Syllabus video. Email, Blackboard announcements. Also, you can call me. My online office hours are going to be through Collaboration. I forget what they've called it. Anyway, I'll have a video showing you how to go through that. And some of the things you will get automatic feedback. Through Connect, Learn Smart, SmartBook, you'll get automatic feedback. Through some of the other things, there'll be automatic feedback. If I'm hand grading it, I will give you comments, and I will generally get those done within a week after the due date. With the paper, it may take me a little bit longer. But the large majority of your feedback will be in the Grade Center, in an attached document, the rubric, or in the comment box. Now for the discussion board, you can post most of your questions in an Ask a Question forum, and I will respond to that usually within 48 hours unless you post it on Friday evening. Then I'll get to it on Monday. Emails during the week, I generally have a turnaround of about 24 hours. Sometimes it's a little bit more, but you can expect a fairly rapid turnaround during the week. On the weekends and on holidays, it's hit and miss. Absences or late assignments. I am interested in what's going on in your life, but if you're late with an assignment, generally speaking, you will need to do some makeup assignments. And if you read through the grading details further down, we'll talk some more about that. But you don't need to let me know every time you're late for an assignment, because generally I'm not going to reopen an assignment, and I won't be able to respond to your emails. I'll read them, but I won't be able to respond to them. So just to let you know that those are emails that I won't respond to, just because it's overwhelming to try to do all of them. Social networking, I just don't do it. I don't have time for it. I just don't do Facebook and LinkedIn. So don't feel bad if I don't accept your invitation to be a friend or a colleague. Netiquette. Make sure that in all of your communications with either me or your classmates that you are polite and you don't do any personal attacks, no swearing, and for my own benefit, make sure you write in complete grammatical sentences so that I don't have to read your email 3 times. So that is all a part of netiquette. That is a requirement. If you violate the netiquette, then you will be reported to the university and it will go on your permanent record. So don't do it. Participant contributions. Academic honesty. Don't cheat. Also, I've got a plagiarism worksheet that I'm going to be having you work on. Plagiarism is taking credit for somebody else's work or stealing copyrighted material. Either way, don't do it. So I have a worksheet that it is an assignment to make sure that you understand what it is so you can avoid it. All tests will be given in the testing and assessment centers, either at Ada County or the Micron Center. So you will have somebody there watching you, so don't cheat there either. Time and pace expectations. You can always work ahead in this class, but there are deadlines. This class is not self-paced. So you will have to work 2 deadlines. You will need to check into Blackboard at least 4 to 5 days a week. So just be sure that you are you're aware of that. Let's see. Online instruction requires students to be more active in the learning process. You can't be a passive learner, so I will guide you to the knowledge. I can't really provide it for you. I will do everything I can to help you. Assignments and makeups, we'll hit that when I get into the grading details. Testing policies, I mentioned that the tests are in the testing and assessment centers. You will have a week to take the exams. Each of the exams we have a week blocked out for them. We will be doing other stuff at the same time, so don't be shocked when you see that. And you will need to call at least 2 days ahead of time, 2 business days ahead of time, to schedule the time that you go in to take the test. And allow an hour and 15 minutes, because that's how much time you have to take it. Let's see, I only allow makeup exams for military service, civic service such as jury duty, and work travel conflicts that you alert me to in advance. And I only allow one makeup exam for any reason. Now, for the final, and only the final, you may bring a sheet of paper with notes in. For the other exams, you don't get to bring any notes in. You only get to bring in a pencil and a calculator that's not on your phone. Extra credit. I've already talked about extra credit in the tour of Blackboard section. Let me know if you have any questions. The attendance policy. Non-attendance in this course is defined as failing to submit all of the assignments each week. So especially during the first 2 weeks, I will be keeping attendance, and if you don't submit assignments during the first 2 weeks and have not contacted me by email, then you will be dropped from the course. Lab attendance. Make sure that you read through this. Basically, we allow you 4 days of absences from the laboratory. After that, for the 5th day or any day after that, you will be dropped 2.5% of the total points. So this course is worth 1,000 points. So let's figure out how much 2.5% would be. 25 points that you get dropped every time you miss a lab after the 4th one. So you don't want to do it. Laboratory safety. Make sure that you read the laboratory safety document that will be posted on your lab website, lab Blackboard site. Record keeping. Make sure that you check, if I transpose a grade or I get the wrong grade in or something like that, you let me know within a week. If it is gone uncontested for 2 weeks, I'm going to assume that it's correct. Okay, grading policy. Let's take a look at the points breakdown. The lecture and lab are worth 1,000 points. The lab is worth 250 points. Exams, including the final, are 360 points. Assignments will total 280, and the paper will be 110 points. So you want to make sure that you keep up on the paper. Here's the points breakdown. Basically, it's 190 to 90% on all of that fun stuff. Now, if you have a partial point, I will round you up. Because I do that, if you are at 89% without this to round up, okay, if you have, say you're at 890 points, that still puts you in the 89% range. I will not bump you up to an A. That's more than I'm going to go. Also because I offer extra credit. That's another reason why I don't bump it up. Okay, here are the grading details. Unfortunately, they're on 2 separate pages. Here are the grading details for what you're going to be graded on. This shows you the exam, the chapters covered, how much it's worth. Okay, final exam, chapters it covers, how much it's worth. And that should actually be chapter 22. I will have to take a look at that. Okay, so there's the exams. Here's the assignment. For each chapter, you will have a Learn Smart assignment. You will have a chapter activity. You will have a critical thinking discussion board that you will be involved in. Then for the first week, we have an icebreaker activity, and we have a course intro quiz that you will be taking. That's over here. For the paper, I have various things that I will reward you with points for in the process. There's the plagiarism worksheet that I mentioned. There's the 2 references. In other words, I want you to start looking up references for your paper early on, and I will award you with points. Verification for sending the paper to the Writing Center, 10 points each. 5 points each for 10 points total. We will have a paper discussion board so that you can help each other edit your papers, and then the final paper is worth 70 points, and all of that adds up to 110. And then we have the lab. Now you'll notice here it says points per chapter based on units 1 through 3. These points are based on chapters 1, 3 through 5, 6 through 8, and 11 through 13. Now we have another unit here. Now, I realize life happens, especially at the beginning of the semester when you're learning how to use Blackboard, you're learning how to use LearnSmart, all of these different things. Things are going to happen, and you're not going to get full points, but you want full points. Well, I allow you extra credit and makeup opportunities so that you can make up any of these assignment points. So basically, any of the Unit 4 assignments will go into makeup or extra credit points. I also have a weekly reflection. It's worth 2 points. Say you missed something here and you want to make up the points, you can do a weekly reflection. I have recorded lecture questions. If you find an interesting article and you submit that to me with a summary, I'll give you a point for that. I'll give you points for, there's a book called Get Ready for Microbiology, worth 2 points. There's a book called Bounce, also worth 2 points. I have more details under the extra credit folder for that one. If you go to the Visiting Scientist lectures, I give you a point. If you go to any of the workshops, go to the Writing Center, more than the 2 points that I require. Have tutoring sessions, I will give you points. Now, let's talk about the difference between makeup points and extra credit points. I will let you make up the assignment points up to 280. I will not let you make up assignment point or exam points. Okay, your exam is your exam, but I will let you get a 100% on your assignments. After that, any of these things that you do that bring this total above 280 go into extra credit, and I allow 30 points of extra credit. That's basically half an exam. So if you do poorly on an exam, you can make up half of it. Now that's clear as mud, I'm sure, but I do have a document that's called How to Calculate Your Grade Anytime During the Exam, and it'll walk you through how to figure all this out. And then down here I have the calendar and the schedule. You'll notice I've got it in 2 separate places. You don't have to pull up the syllabus to get to the schedule, but it's here if you would like it. So you'll see that I've got everything blocked out. I've got the week, I've got President's Day, I've got everything that's happening there with the due dates and what it's worth in the schedule. And that is the end of the syllabus tour.